So I hear you want to drag race in Need for Speed Heat, but don't know what to do? I got you. I'm going to be showing you 5 different cars to use as a beginner, 5 different ways to launching, and 5 different ways to ride with the same people that are doing the same things as you. Now let's get along with the video. Alrighty guys, we're in the garage and we loaded into the game. I'm going to be showing you the 5 cars you need to start drag racing at the start. So here we go. I'm gonna make my way to the dealership and I'll meet you there. Alrighty guys, we're in the dealership and I'm gonna show you the 5 cars you need to start drag racing. Starting with number 1. You would not expect this, but the Volkswagen Beetle 1963 is probably number 1 best drag racing car. It's the fastest, more horsepower. Yes, it starts off at level 100, but once you get almost all your ultimate parts, you're set. Set for life. But, please note, you do not have to have a fully ducked out drag racing car to enjoy drag racing. Because if you have a group of friends, they completely understand, you be broke on that day and you don't got money to freaking upgrade your car, don't worry about it. You guys can do make it funner and do drag races to where, like, oh, I bet I could beat you with completely stock and we'll drag race. Simple as that. But for number 1, the Volkswagen Beetle. Number 2 is probably something you would never expect, but it's the Ford Mustang Fox Body. Ford Mustang Fox Body is a pretty good drag car. It's nearly in the center, can do almost anything if you want to do other things like drifting and all that stuff. But otherwise, this is a terrific, like I mean superb drag racing car. Muscle, slap an engine swap in there, you're set. Just like the Beetle. You're like perfect. And I think this car is a little bit easy to learn on launches, so if you're scared to like not be able to do perfect launches, this is the car to go with. Number 3, we have the Honda Civic, and I mean Honda Civic because Honda Civic has the front wheel drive, which means it's gonna go fast. Slap an engine swap in there, fully ultimate parts, you're gonna be hauling ass. Okay? But we'll know, cars will smoke you unless you're not racing in a Honda Civic division or lower. Okay. Number 4 is the Chevrolet Bel Air. This car, I'm talking about this car, has power. And the potential with this car is insane. Like stock, you're going to be smoking people. So if you don't have money to upgrade this car, you're running an maybe a 10-second car stock. It is that good. Literally, here, I'll talk about the stats maybe. It has 180 horsepower and 3.9 6-liter engine in it with the potential horsepower of 988 horsepower without an engine swap. The current horsepower is 180. The top speed is 110 miles per hour, but 0 to 60 is 8.3 seconds. Max torque 260. This car is like it's a very good car to pick. Not much more to say on it, but yeah, very good car to pick. I'm gonna head back to the garage and show you the cars that I have of these, and I'll see you there. Alrighty guys, we're back in the garage and I'm gonna show you the cars that I own for drag racing. Starting with the Beetle. I'll select car and I'll show you it. This car is a beast. Literally without nitrous it pops wheelies. That's how much horsepower it has behind it. This is like the best drag car you can have. The only problem with it is the wheelie without NOS, because sometimes you cannot control it and that will fall to lose. But man, this thing is quick. The acceleration on this bad boy is insane. Faster than the Porsche 911 RSR. It is insanely fast. But I'll go on with the second car that I own for drag racing. The second car I use for drag racing is the Honda Civic. The Honda Civic, if you lower it, put all the downforce you can get as low as possible and steering high, this thing is a beaut. This thing cruises down the drag strip and it is perfect. I swear you not, this is one of my favorite drag cars. Now, with number 3 that I use. This is number 3, this is the Chevrolet Bel Air. This car is insanely good. The horsepower on it is insane. Here, I'll rev the engine for you. You hear that bad boy? That bad boy is loud. I tell you what, that bad boy is loud. Here, I'll turn it off. There we go. Taxi service indeed. You want to get to your destination in 3.6 seconds? Yes, sir. I tell you what, this car is insanely fast. And as much as I repeat myself, this car is fast. This car is fast. Like, stock, it is insane. I think it's 101, but this thing hauls ass. I don't use this car as much, but when I race my friends with the Bel Air, I give it to them. Like, swear to God, neck on neck. It is insane. Now, move on to the 4th car. Alright guys, now we're going to head to the drag strip, and now I'm going to show you how to launch. How to go there, because it's my exclusive drag strip. As soon as you go to the garage, take a left, and then take a right, take a right. Take a left. Take a right. And then continue straight until you exit out of the city area, and it's your second turn on your left. Right here, just turn right here. Turn left, and as you're turning left, you're just gonna follow straight to the drag strip. Follow the road all the way through. We're almost there, guys. Also, this place is perfect, is because there's a garage right here if you want to buy or upgrade your car. And if you're racing with friends with different cars, you can switch your car right here at this race. But now you would turn left on this little zigzag, and we're at the drag strip. We're gonna go all the way down this drag strip to this ramp right here. And that's the beginning of the drag strip. Tell your friends to pull up right here. Get as close as they can to the thing, the pole right there. Perfect. Alright, launch is simple. Every first timer will do this launch, because it's the normal shifting straight launch. You hold your e-brake, you rev your engine to the max, and then you just go. And then just shift. This is probably one of the worst launches, but it does work for some cars. But I do not suggest it. Now, I'll see you at the end of the drag strip and show you the next one. Alright. You're gonna feather your RPMs. Feather your RPMs. At the red line. And 3, 2, 1, go. And that's called the 1 intermediate 2 feather row. That's a very good launch. You'll save yourself in the long run from mistakes. I would suggest if you want to drag race a lot, go to your keybinds or like your controller binds on your PlayStation settings and change your R1 to L2. And that will be your brake trigger, and then you'll be able to shift better. Now the next one is called just second gear through all gears. So you just start at second gear instead of first gear, so you're at a lower RPMs when you start to take off. You hold, you rev your engine to max, and 3, 2, 1, go. And that's called the second gear through all. Now I'll meet you down at the drag strip and I'll show you the next one. Alright guys, the next launch is called the dead launch. Instead of revving your engine, you go to first gear. Instead of revving your engine, you're gonna 3, 2, 1, and then go, and then just shift all the way through. And that's how you dead shift. It's the dead launch. Sorry, not dead shift. And I'll meet you down at the beginning of the drag strip. Now, I'm gonna show you a tip for all your cars you need to do. Is go to live tuning. Turn up your steering sensitivity to high. And turn down your downforce to low, and turn off traction control if that's even on, which it shouldn't be, and then you're done. Also, if you want to see like how fast your car goes on a quarter mile, my car goes 8.43 seconds. And the top speed is 231, which is great, insanely crazy. And okay, now guys, I'm gonna show you some simple I'm gonna actually instead of 5 ways, because I don't think there is 5 ways. I'm gonna show you 3 ways on how to play with people that drag race. Tip number 1: if you see people in a general area and you go up to them and you stop right next to them and you rev your engine and then click your horn 3 times, you'll most likely drag race them, and then they'll continue drag racing with you and maybe make a new friend. Tip number 2 is if you see people down where I am or in the middle of the circuit right behind garage and they're going straight back and forth, you know they're drag racing, go meet up with them, rev your engine a couple times, you race them. Third way is, instead of doing any of that extra stuff, go straight to your home screen of your PlayStation, go to community, search up Need for Speed, and the first 2 communities you click, type in anybody want to drag race or do a car meet, and there you go. You're playing with other people. You can even make parties in the community so you can play with random people that join your party, which is also sweet. And this concludes the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you keep on drag racing, because it's a small little thing in Need for Speed, and a lot of people like it. If you're into car meets and car stuff, this is the thing for you. Definitely recommend the Fox Body, Chevrolet Bel Air, the BMW Beetle, and the Honda Civic are probably the best choices to go with for any drag racing. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, and hopefully you enjoyed. Bye.